Hello, I am Dr. Sunil Dachepalli. I am a senior orthopedic joint replacement and sports medicine consultant. And today I want to discuss about the frozen shoulder. Now, interestingly, in our day-to-day activities, we have seen lots of relatives or grandparents, grandmothers, mothers having pain in the shoulder, which they hide for a long time, and gradually we notice that their movements have decreased. This usually we see in middle age to elderly age. We rarely see this in younger age group. Now, why does this happen? There are lots of people who have diabetes are affected with this type of problem. What happens? You have extra scar tissue formation, thereby restricting the movement of your joint. That is why it is called frozen shoulder. That is, it is froze. There are different stages in that. This is stage 1, 2, 3. Last stage is completely frozen. Now what happens? Because you can't move your shoulder, your day-to-day activities are affected. Like simple thing is wearing your dress or combing your hair or reaching up to something in your kitchen. These type of activities have become very difficult. Now you feel helpless. Let us look at what are the treatments available. Most important thing is to identify it very early. Now, pain is the first symptom for any frozen shoulder. You will be having pain almost all through the day with movements and rest pain. You're trying to sleep, but your sleep is affected because of this. So please, if you have this, contact your doctor soon. And the next step will be decreasing movement. Most of us are worried. When there is pain, you want to give rest to the area, which is reasonable. But in this scenario of the shoulder, you want to move it. The more you move, the better you are, which is ridiculous, isn't it? But that's what is happening. So in majority of the people who have diabetes, as soon as they get pain, they try to restrict their activities, keep the shoulder resting, and then they start to freeze the joint. So what is the treatment? The treatment, one and only thing, is getting your shoulder moving. A lot of people will have crackling noises, feel like having a lot of pain, feel like crying sometimes. If you feel like crying, please cry. But you want to move. What are the number of times you can do this? As many times as you can. The more you do, the quicker you get out of this. So how do we do that? Now, I understand you have pain, so that's why you approach your doctor who can take you through the journey of doing exercise. First, as a doctor, what we do is we assess the situation. We rule out other causes. The most important other cause is arthritis of that shoulder, which is commonly missed. And you keep on doing the exercises, and finally when an X-ray is taken, somebody will say, oh God, it is arthritis, it's not frozen shoulder. So simple tests, probably that might include some blood tests. First you want to look at that. The next treatment is you want to have physiotherapy guided exercises. Now it doesn't have to be everyday physiotherapy. Every day you do on your own, and once in a while you be assessed by them to see the progress. Now when we start treatment, we assess you on regular intervals to see if you're progressing as expected. So having simpler tablets like paracetamol or tramadol, these are the simplest things that you can take for pain without affecting your vital organs. The next step is aceclofenac and diclofenac. Now these to alleviate your pain. And important thing is the ointment. This is very, very handy. So whenever you want to do the exercise, just apply the ointment, and after 5 minutes apply some hot fomentation. That will relax your joint and the tissues around. Then start moving as much as you can. Once you do that, you'll get pain. Then apply some ice packs, give it time to settle down. So you're cooling it out. So it's like, if you want to bend a hot metal rod, you have to hit it when it's hot rather than when it is cold. So you want to do this initial steps with simpler tablets, more of exercises as many times as you can. You've done this and still you're having pain and not much improvement. The next step would be injections. We inject a steroid into your joint. So what is the role of the steroid? It decreases the redness, which is called inflammation. So the redness is decreased, thereby the pain is decreased, the crackling sensation is decreased, you feel better, and this is to help you do exercises. This is not treatment. This is to help you do the exercises so that you come out of the frozen shoulder. Now we call it as hydrodilatation, which is the latest, which we use to dilate the already contracted capsule. So we do hydrodilatation so that it's much easier for you to move the joint. Once it is done, you go on doing exercises, and most of you should succeed in your treatment plan. Now with these tablets, exercise and injections, 96 to 97 people percentage have settled or will settle. We have fewer percentage, that is 2 or 3%, who might need surgery. That is reason being you have not progressed enough. Now on your regular examination, your pain has remained the same or has increased, the movements have remained the same. In spite of your best efforts, you are not moving ahead. So you want some treatment plan. So in those scenarios, what as surgeons we do is a keyhole surgery wherein we release the tightened structure. Early days when I was in training, we used to do what is called manipulation. It's like, you give anesthesia, knock off the patient, and then move the joint so that you tear the tighter structures, but sometimes at the same time you might tear the normal structures. At the same time, you also have a chance of breaking the bone. But unfortunately, we didn't have much of this arthroscopy those days. Now, as the time evolved, as the specialty has evolved, we are trying to do finer surgeries with minimal cuts. So this is called keyhole surgery or otherwise arthroscopy. So with 2 small cuts, which is about half a centimeter, I put my camera inside, and from the other side I'll see where the areas are tighter, and from the other side I try to release the structure only that is tight, leaving the normal tissues intact. So you're not damaging normal tissues, you're only releasing the tighter structures, and then suddenly you feel that the shoulder is fully moving. So we give the movements, and then we try to continue with the movements. The most important thing at this stage, a lot of people would be feeling is, my goodness, it would be very painful, because once you have the release and then doing the physiotherapy is very painful. Now that's where our role comes again. We help you with what is called pain team, wherein we use special catheters to block the pain. We don't use painkillers there. We use long acting local anesthetics which decrease the pain slowly, that will allow you to do the exercises. So I have given you some movements, you are in the hospital, and then I'll send you to physiotherapy on a regular basis so that you get almost full movements before you're discharged. And you try to continue this treatment at home and you're almost normal. So this is the treatment for your frozen shoulder. My main suggestion and the take home message is, be wise and try to go to a specialist at early stage so that you can get away with a simple exercise rather than bigger procedures. Have a good day. Thank you.